We know that Hawkeye uses a pixel, but now we know that everyone in Hawkeye uses a pixel. Let me tell you about it. Hey, welcome back to Zach Talks Pixel, your source for everything Pixel and Google ecosystem. If that's your jam, hit the subscribe button down below. Are you a Marvel fan? Of course you're a Marvel fan. You're a Pixel fan, so you have to be a Marvel fan. If you're not a Pixel fan and you're not a Marvel, why are you here? Thinking back a couple years now, do you remember that scene in Marvel's Endgame where Clint Barton, aka Hawkeye, picked up his phone and we're like, oh my gosh, it's a Pixel phone. Earlier in Marvel's Endgame, we saw Hulk, Ant-Man, Captain America, Black Widow all at a cafe, and they had pictures taken with some kids, and a Pixel phone was also used. Well, earlier this week, Marvel's Hawkeye series premiered on Disney Plus, the first 2 episodes, and if you haven't watched them yet, you need to get on that. It is a fun show. But if you're watching very closely with your Hawkeye, you'll see that Clint Barton, Hawkeye, is using a Pixel phone. And if you zoom in really close and you get really nerdy with it, you'll see that it is a Pixel 3. But the screen is not a Pixel 3 UI, it's definitely something custom that was done for the show. You'll also see that Hawkeye's wife, Laura, uses a Pixel 3 and Not So Pink, I think that the color is called, later on in the series as well, in the first episode. Meanwhile, later on, you'll see that Kate Bishop, the character played by Hailee Steinfeld, is using a Pixel 4 in just black. And again, it's running a custom ROM, a custom UI. It's not the actual Google UI, but you can still clearly see the hardware is a Pixel 4. And Kate's mother is also using a Pixel 4 and like a smoky gray type color. Again, it's pretty obvious when she puts it up to her face there. You can see the cutout and the look of the Pixel 4 device. I'm going to leave a link for the 9 to 5 Google article about this and all the different screenshots. You can go ahead and check it out there. They do a really good job of zeroing in on those scenes so you can take a look for yourself. Now, what's not known is if there's an official partnership between Disney and Marvel and Google Pixel, but this is really cool. I always like looking for little tidbits like this in movies. We always see other devices like Apple, for example, being used across television shows and movies and whatnot, but to see an Android, especially such a distinct design for an Android with the Pixel phones here, to see it in a TV series like this, a high quality TV series like Hawkeye, and especially going back to the Marvel movies, is just a really cool thing to see. It makes it really exciting for someone like myself who's a Pixel fan to spot these devices and see how they're being used. Now, will we see the devices being used more throughout the series? I'm sure we will. Will we see more of the UI and dialing and maybe texting and things like that? I'm definitely going to keep my eyes out for that. It just makes it a lot more fun to watch the show. Yeah, it's completely nerdy and geeky, but hey, that's why we're here. So let me know down in the comments section, have you seen Pixel devices used on any other television shows or movies? Let me know down there in the comment section. We'll talk about it. We'll go look for them on these different shows together and have some fun with this. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. Think about hitting that subscribe button as well. In Canada, we call this a toque. It's not a beanie, we call it a toque. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Cheers.